Hello world, we're so excited with Michelle Suyehiro. Stay tuned for this interview. Hello world, welcome to another episode of Asset Management Visionaries, Shaping Tomorrow. So much to talk about, and it is my honor and pleasure to have today Michelle Suyehiro. Good afternoon, greetings to you.
Good afternoon, Maura.
I'm so excited. Finally, we get to talk. I know through the conferences and the time we have met one another, it's never enough time to catch up with you. So I'm really excited to get to know you a little bit more.
Awesome.
Yeah, so tell the world, who is Michelle?
Awesome. So, hi everyone. I'm Michelle Suyehiro. I am a Senior Director of Operational Technology, so connecting the physical to the virtual world for our facilities and security. And then I also run a project management office that does small capital and operational construction projects for Stanford Health Care.
And I have seen your growth. So tell us a little bit more. Before Stanford Health Care, what were you doing?
Sure. So before Stanford, I was at Kaiser Permanente. I've always been in healthcare. For me, when I was in college, I did a lot of internships. I was trying to figure out what am I going to do with my life when I have to start working. I was just motivated to make money, right? And so I did a lot of internships. And one summer I was able to intern for a special needs school. And I, over one summer, was able to see the development of children who were special needs. And that really had a special place in my heart that I felt I had contributed to something larger than myself and my community. And so that's what really drove me into healthcare, so that I could still provide a service to the community in some way. And my father is a retired SFPD, and my mother is a retired nurse. So kind of just worked out that way, but yeah, it's kind of my path.
That's amazing. You know, and what we talk about with the Certified Reliability Leader, different types of work. We talk about trivial work, important work, and work that makes a difference. And certainly you and your family are doing and have done work that makes a difference. So thank you on behalf of the community for everything that you do.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Of course. And then your passion. Inside Uptime Elements, there are so many knowledge domains. And now with digitalization, but let's say reliability engineering, asset condition management, work execution, leadership, asset management, digitalization, in which one you feel most identified?
So I started off in my reliability journey with our CMMS. We have Maximo. And so that is where we started in terms of asset management. We have tremendously grown over the years and in our journey. And so we're very focused on reliability centered maintenance. We've developed programs in partnership with our Stanford leadership and others. And so we're definitely making little touches throughout the entire Uptime Elements now.
Wow, and we're gonna come back to that, but I have a few questions first about Michelle's lifestyle. So let's start asking, how do you balance? Because you are doing so much all the time. And that volunteering, I have another question in a moment, but tell us about your work-life balance.
It's not great. I always tell my team, do as I say, not as I do, because I fully recognize that I'm not the pioneer or role model. It is something that I'm working on pretty extensively. I do have an executive coach who's really focused on myself and who I am and my well-being, so that I can make sure that I show up not just at work, but also in my personal life. So I've been doing a lot of reflecting, and I'm on that journey now. So we're working on it. In my spare time, I love to travel though. So I did carve out a lot of time now since COVID to go back out there and start exploring the world. So just in July, my boyfriend and I will be going to Japan together.
Wow,
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Have you been there before?
I have.
Wow.
He has not yet. So It's our first time traveling international together. So wish me luck.
I am already so excited for you. I love Japan. I want to go back there. So great. And where are you based?
We are based, or I'm based in San Francisco.
Tell us about San Francisco. For the people that have not visited, what is the one thing you love the most?
San Francisco has changed quite a bit, but I do love the culture and the weather. It's amazing in California. Pretty spoiled, I would have to say.
Yeah. No, California knows how to party. I was saying it's a great place. Music-wise, tell us about your taste.
90s all day.
Spice Girls?
No. More like R&B, but yeah, 90s music.
I love it.
Yeah, so that's what I listen to all day. I joke with my boyfriend that we would never date because he's not a 90s baby, so.
And with that volunteer work that I wanted to ask you, I am hearing that you really experience a lot. So would you suggest the audience to volunteer for work then?
I definitely do. For the areas that you are passionate in and want to give back, again, to something greater, something bigger than yourself, I think volunteering is just something great that you could do for the community and achieving some personal passionate goals that you have.
Tell us about your team. What are you most proud of them?
Oh, they work tirelessly, but they have just come such a long way. I mean, my project management office, they have been on quite a journey with me. And trusting me to kind of reshape our trajectory and where we're going. So they are just performing phenomenally in executing a construction project for Stanford, as well as my operational technology team and winning the Maximo World Award. That was a huge honor for us. So I literally remember, I'm laughing to myself because I remember getting notified by Nicole, who's my senior manager of operational technology. And I was in a meeting and she's like, answer your phone, I'm calling you now. And I was like, okay, what's happening? And so she called me and I was literally in my office screaming because I couldn't believe it. We've worked so tirelessly to really stabilize the system and bring a service to not only the teams, but also to our organization. So it was a really proud moment for us.
So congratulations again. Teamwork makes the dream work,
It does,
right?
it does. It took a village, but we were able to get there.
That is so great. And you are one of the people that I know that during my life in the world of reliability and asset management, soon to be 11 years, I've seen you all over, different events. Tell us about your educational pathway on this world.
Yes, so I've had some tremendous mentors in my life. I do not come from a facilities background. And so when I joined facilities, I was literally learning everything and I just was a sponge, right? And so just getting out to different conferences and venues and meeting people such as yourself, right? And just understanding different perspectives and within the industry was really helpful for me to understand, right? And so I've just had really great mentors along my journey. And then I'm always looking to learn from others and see different perspectives. So it's just helped shape me into who I am.
The word that I always say in this show, that is my signature word, the word is the synergy. Coming back to the synergetic place and the team, that's the best way, right, to show it.
It totally is, and I feel that's part of the reason I've been successful is because of I have a background in performance improvement. And so performance improvement is all about bringing people together, right, to problem solve. And so I've brought that forward to my roles within facilities. And so even if I don't know, I have the smart people at the table who do know, right? And so we're able to come together, synergize, and figure it out together.
And trust the team, right? Because they know better. That's why they're working with us.
Totally.
Definitely. So do you invite your team or you tell them? How do you engage them?
I try to keep them informed at every step possible. Obviously, with large teams, it's hard to do that consistently, but I really try. And I also tell them, hold me accountable, right? I'm darting off in different directions, so hold me accountable too, right? So if it's urgent, text me, right? And so I basically explain them, what's the best forms of communication with me. But I try to bring them into the meetings early on. If not, I'm downloading them on the meetings I was in. We're figuring out ways to approach and strategize on our approach, right? So we have the best outcomes together.
So I'm hearing clear communication is key.
Yes.
Definitely. Tell us about 5 years from now. Where do you see yourself?
I would love, to continue growing in my role, but I'm also dabbling and looking at other opportunities as well. It's really exciting to see it, in these forums, the other healthcare companies coming together and their journeys and where they're at and where we were at and just being able to provide any sort of guidance is just an amazing opportunity to, synergize.
I cannot wait because you're going just straight up, and we're here to support that journey. So I'm so excited, so honored to see your development, I will say.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Definitely. Now, Association of Asset Management Professionals, Women in Reliability and Asset Management, you have been an advocate from the beginning. Tell the audience what WIRAM has been for you in your career.
Okay, so when I first joined, it was a small group of us, right? Small but mighty. But over the years, the group has just grown exponentially, and even the support from the men has changed. And so I'm very grateful. I see that also in my world as well, the shift that's kind of happening. And so it's really encouraging. But WIRAM is just such a nice community to support each other as women. We're in a very male-dominated industry. I learned that very early on in my career. And you have to adjust as a woman in this industry. You really do. And so finding that voice at the table and finding that presence at the table is really important. But to be surrounded by a community such as WIRAM is so empowering.
Definitely. Michelle, you're an advocate. You're always bringing people and letting them know about the group. Now we're worldwide, now I'm bragging that we are over 1,500 in so many territories. And thank you again for your support. I know you will continue presenting, bringing more members. So by all means, tell us about digitalization. We're hearing all about the digital twins, digital transformation. Tell us about your pathway with digitalization.
Sure. So we are definitely looking at, what that means within healthcare, and what that means for us in terms of the world that we live in, right? Healthcare is very different than under other industries because we always want to protect our patients. They come first and foremost to anything that we do. So AI is a challenging space for us to be in. And so we're just trying to navigate that with all of our regulations that we have in place. I am embarking with my OT side of the house. We're embarking on several key initiatives for our facilities. And so we're really excited because we're going to start looking at how we can leverage technology to support the smart people that we have, right? And to shift away in some regards from the heavy labor that we require, right? With all of the data that we're gathering and leverage technology to do that for us. And so we're definitely on that journey.
That's amazing. And you are like me, you're very, very people-oriented. Any advice you have for the community out there regarding digitalization? Any call to action about this?
Synergize. Honestly, I think if anything, it's really important to bring the different folks together. There's all these different perspectives, all of these different ideas out there. Make sure to bring the right people to the table and give them a voice at the table. Because one small idea that, maybe come from the front line, it's the best idea, right? And your IT partners, right? They also have a very different perspective than that of facilities, for example, right? And so it's really important that everyone starts from the same foundation to drive to the same goal.
Definitely, by all means. And to learn more about Michelle, we're going to be connecting you so you will see about her career, what she's doing. And this is the beginning of more communication with Michelle. So we're going to thank you enough for being here in the show. And we hope to see many of your team members in further editions as well.
Awesome.
That's by all means. So let's continue diving and learning together. Asset management, visionaries, shaping tomorrow. We'll see you soon again.